If you like plants, but you don't really like taking care of them, do yourself a favor, go to your nearest pet store, find your fish section, and look at all the cute underwater plants. All they need is a good water change, light maintenance like once a month. I've had these things for over a year. They last a long time, and they're adorable.
So this poor baby, like, I feel terrible cutting that off, but would you?
Okay, I want you to think of leaves like solar panels. Like solar panels, leaves will also collect sunlight and convert it to energy. So, my rule of thumb, if the solar panel or the leaf is more than 50% gone, it's no longer serving the plant. So, more than 50% gone, we cut it. And you can follow that stem all the way down to the soil level, give it a good snip with some clean pruners, you're good to go.
Did you know that you can test your soil type and structure in just a few easy steps? Learning what kind of soil you have in your garden will help you to understand what soil amendments are needed to grow your own food and how to water your plants. Collect some soil samples from a few different areas of your garden to get a good idea of the overall quality of your soil. Fill up a jar halfway through with a sample of soil from your garden. Fill the rest of the jar with water, leaving 1-inch gap from the top. Shake each jar for at least 1 minute. Set them on a flat surface for a minimum of 24 hours. Large particles will be at the bottom, silty particles in the middle, and clay will settle at the top of your soil.
You don't need leaves to propagate most of your indoor plants. These are called wet sticks. They're leafless stems that include the node and the internode. Simply place them in some damp sphagnum moss and cover to retain humidity. After a while, it's not uncommon to see mold growth on either the moss or the wet stick itself, but it's easily remedied. Just lightly spray it with diluted peroxide. And that's it, folks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Happy propagating.
Today's plant tip, 2 ways to increase humidity for your houseplants. First, find a tray or saucer that's wider than your plant and fill it with small pebbles. Then, fill the saucer with water just below the top of the rocks, and place your plant on top. As the water evaporates, it adds humidity to the air around your plant. Another option is a portable humidifier. I found this one on Amazon for less than $20.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if spider mites want your plant, they're gonna get your plant. This is a jalapeno from my kitchen. And yes, these are spider mite webs attached to the calyx and pedicel of the jalapeno. This was next to a plant that I have long ago thrown away that was infested with spider mites. Be safe out there, y'all.
So this was an acorn, but is now a tiny little oak tree, and I am going to show you how to grow one yourself. So when collecting your acorns, make sure you avoid picking up any that have cracks in them, but once you've got them, put them in water. If any of them float, chuck them out, but the ones that are at the bottom, let them soak for 48 hours. After 48 hours, grab them out and put them in some damp paper towel, put it in a Ziploc bag, and let them sit for a couple of weeks, and then there'll be a little root, and then it's ready to put in water. They will just grow if you put them in soil, but this is a fun way to do it if you want to grow them.
Hello Planttok. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own mason jar terrarium like from my last video. To start, you're going to need a 32-ounce mason jar, canning mason jar with a little bit of water. And then you're also going to need 2 clippings from a golden pothos. So when you make the cut, you're going to want to do it the night before so that it can heal a little bit, and you're going to want to do it below one of these brown nubs. They're called nodes. That's where the roots are going to come from. Make sure your jar is a canning jar. That means it's going to have a little rubber liner on the inside of the lid to prevent any moisture from escaping. So now you're just going to take the leaves, plop them in the jar, be gentle with the leaves, don't want to tear them. Then you're going to go ahead and seal it up nice and tight. And you can put this anywhere in your home as long as it's not in complete sun or in complete darkness. Pothos are really good at being resilient and surviving anything. And you expect roots in about 2 weeks.
This is my water propagation secret. Once you finish your spices, you're left with this cute little jar and this plastic top. Fill up a container with warm to hot water and place your bottle in it. It helps if you take the cap off. Leave it in there for about 20 minutes. After it's been in there for about 20 minutes, the label should be loose and you can peel it right off like this. Wash the inside and outside with soap. Fill the jar up with water. Put the top back on. And you're ready to put plants in it like this. The holes allow you to stick the stem in so it can grow roots and be in the water, but then the top part is nice and dry. So many roots. Try it out.
This is what most of us think a tree's root system looks like. So diagrams like this one are pretty common, where what you see above roughly matches the size and shape of what's underground. However, scientists can use pressurized air to blow away the soil around the tree's roots, so we can better understand what the root structure of various species looks like. And what they found is that the vast majority of trees grow like this one here, where most of the roots are extending laterally in only the top 2 or 3 feet of soil. Some trees have these little sinker roots here that help anchor them better in the ground, and some trees have a little taproot that goes even further, but 99% of the root's biomass is in the top 3 feet of soil. That is because the tree's root system needs to breathe, and it needs oxygen, which is found most abundantly in the top 2 or 3 feet of soil. That's why when a big tree like this one falls over in a windstorm, you only see the small root plate at the bottom that doesn't extend that far down into the soil. And that's also why cool trees like this one can exist even though the bottom is washed out. And if you think of a forest where hundreds of trees are in close proximity with each other, all of their roots are connected and they can share nutrients and even communicate with each other through their roots through the fungal network.
I bottom water my large plants about once every 6 weeks. I water until the meter is dried down to the first 3 inches of soil. It can take hours. My fiddle leaf can chug up to 1 gallon of water.
Plants that are toxic to pets, Part 1. Their degree of toxicity will vary, but these are plants you want to keep away from your pets. Pothos, philodendron, English ivy, snake plants, the peace lily, and arrowheads.
I was today years old when I found out overwatering your plants has nothing to do with the quantity of water you give it. You're supposed to soak the soil, and then make sure to not water it until the soil is completely dry again.
Propagation hack. How to propagate more efficiently and giving your pups or cuttings the best condition to make roots. I also always have trouble getting cuttings to stay underwater. This is an easy fix. It also helps keep the water clean. Take a pool noodle and make a 1 to 2 inch slice. Then make a slit in the disc. Now take your plant and place it with the nodes or air roots at the bottom and place in water. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed. Please follow for more hacks.